Hello everybody and welcome back to Epic Street. My name is Akash and today we're going to be taking a look at the screener. It's a fresh start of the week. Today is Monday and we're going to be scoping out a couple of altcoins that you can potentially trade. So without further ado, let's take a look at the screeners, right? So for now, I think I've sorted this by volume and there are three potential coins that are looking pretty juicy: Reserve, Waves and Terra. So we're going to ignore Terra for obvious reasons and we're going to be taking a look at Shiba Inu, right? So out of these three coins, right, which is a Reserve, Waves, Reserve, Waves and Shiba Inu, both these have already read quite a bit, right? So Shiba Inu has it. So let's take a look at these coins and see what's up. So before I actually get into the details of the screener and why we're taking a look at these coins and why I've sorted it by volume, please make sure to head on over to our YouTube channel and the subscribe button. And if you want to stay updated with the content that we post every single day, make sure to also click on this bell icon. Right, give us a follow on Twitter at FXCrypto, and if you enjoy the content that I post on my Twitter or on my personal YouTube channel, make sure to also give me a follow on Twitter at Mangeko with a 0 at the end. Right, so let's take a look at the screener, right? I've explained this in every video that I've done on Monday where I talk about screeners. So screeners, I've added a couple of metrics which I find are extremely important when judging a price action, which is obviously the volume, the 1-day change of the volume and the 7-day change of the volume, the daily active addresses. Basically it is, as the name states, it is the daily active addresses interacting with that particular blockchain. And then we have the social volume, which is accurate in predicting the cycle tops and cycle bottoms, provided you combine it with a couple of other indicators as well. And then we have the MVRV indicator, which basically helps you understand if the coin, basically the sentiment and the health of the holders, right? If the MVRV is in an extremely positive or inflated value, then it means that there is a chance for a sell-off. But if the MVRV is in a negative territory, it indicates that the chances of sell-off are pretty low, and that's where a lot of long-term holders tend to accumulate, right? So what I usually do with my screener is that I sort it by volume and take a look at the most coins with most volume, because that's where a lot of liquidity is present. And sometimes volumes can act as, although volume and price are like real-time indicators, there's no lag between these two. If you see a spike in volume and there's no uptrend or like massive change in price, then you can expect it. Then in that case, the volume acts as a leading indicator. So yeah, for now we are taking a look at Reserve, Waves and Shiba Inu. All of these three coins have shown pretty massive spikes in volumes over the last 24 hours. And yeah, let's start with RSR, Reserve. On a 1-day time frame, the price has formed some sort of an equal high around 0.00799. Which is interesting because there's quite a bit of liquidity left to the upside. Now either we get a move like this which sweeps the liquidity, in which case you can expect the price to pull back to important levels. You can either short this or just wait for the move to retrace, or wait for the pullback to kind of stabilize, form some sort of a base, and then long this move, right? So there are two things, right? So first, assuming none of this happens, where this price just continues to drop from where it is right now, right? In which case, what we're going to be looking at is a retracement down to any of these three levels here, extending from 55260. So 0.0055 to 0.0060 is where you will be looking to book profits. I mean, where you'll be looking to, if you shorted this is where you book profits. If you are looking to long this is where you buy. So assuming you buy around here, and we don't get a sweep of this, then the obvious levels of profits would be above a sweep of 0.00799. Right now, this on a 4-hour time frame, this trade would be perfect, and it would give you a good 2.58 R. Right, so that's what's up with RSR. Right, so it's pretty simple. So the only way this gets invalidated if we produce a daily close below 0.0049, in which case you can expect the price to continue going lower, collect liquidity resting below these equal lows at roughly 0.0046. So yeah, that sounds like a really good analysis for reserve rights or RSR. Right, so let's take a look at the next coin, which is waves. Right, so we just did a waves for the top losers, so let me just go over waves once more. So from a 1 hour time frame, what's happened is the price has produced this classic top indicator, which means that there's going to be a reversal, right? And then the price has topped. Now an extension of this would be a triple tap setup where the price retests this formed low, formed high over here. Now if there's, sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Either way, this is a good top indicator, and that's what's happening with RSR, with waves right now. So I'm expecting the price to retrace all the way down to 4.65. Now there's two reasons, right? A, there's a top indicator, top formation. The second reason is because RSR has been kind of traversing this descending wedge, right? And each time prices retested the upper trend line, there has been a significant downtrend, right? But this time around, I'm expecting something similar to take place as well. Now, there are two reasons why I'm expecting waves to do this, and the third reason would be the inefficiency that was formed as price rallied approximately 19% in a single hour, right? So these signs are all indicating that a roughly 15% downswing is what you can expect from waves, right? So yeah, that is the second coin for the day. Now let's take a look at the last coin, which is SHIB. Now, yep, this is the chart, right? So the last time we discussed this, I'm not sure if it was for FX Street or my YouTube channel, but I expected the price to sweep the low and then make a run for the high. Now that kind of overextended and swept the support level here at 106. Right, instead of just sweeping the range at 114 and then reversing, the price has swept the 106 support level. And since then, the recovery has also been pretty intense, and the price has managed to move above the range low at 114, and is now retracing down to it again to test it as a support level. Now, an interesting thing here is that there was a really good demand zone here with the form. Not a demand zone, there was a potential order block here. If you look at these highs, then there is a market structure break, but if you look at these highs over here, there is no market structure break. So I am hesitant on considering this as a demand zone because theoretically it does not obey all the rules for it to be an order block. That said, if you go on a 1 hour time frame, there is a significant fair value gap that extends up to 107. Now, with that said, I would be inclined to wait for the price to head back down into this zone here, extending from 111 to 107. Right, so yeah, I would be inclined to long SHIB here, provided Bitcoin looks pretty good as well. Right, so yeah, that is pretty much it for Shiba Inu. As for the upside, you can expect the price to collect liquidity resting above this high over here formed on 23rd May at roughly 129, and then subsequently the high formed here on 16th May at 130, and then the last high, which is the range high, at roughly 140. Now, any of these levels would be a really good take profit level, but I wouldn't push my luck trying to hold SHIB even after retesting the range high at 143 or 140. Right, so yeah, that is pretty much it for Shiba Inu. Like from a short term, like since I mostly cut a trade, basically I scalp. I don't hold any position. At least I haven't been holding any position for a very long time, mainly because of how choppy the market has been. Right, so that said, if Bitcoin price goes up to 36k, there's a good sign. SHIB could go all the way up to 200. Now that would be from the range low. It would be a 75% upswing. And from this fair value gap's lower limit, it would be a 86% up. Right, so either way, things are looking pretty good here for all the coins that I just took a look at from a screener perspective, which is RSR, Waves, and Shiba Inu. So these are the coins that you might want to have in your trading view. What's this checklist, or yeah, list basically. So if you enjoyed this analysis, and this take on how to scout for altcoins with good potential to trade. Please make sure to like, comment and subscribe.